is up, everyone? It's Ben Foggins, Media Corner, back again with a brand new movie review for today. This is going to be my review on a film preparation for the upcoming sequel that's about to come out tomorrow around the globe, and I will try and do a review of my AK after I saw a review on the sequel tomorrow if I can. So today I'm here to give you guys my views on the first film. So this is going to be my review on the 2015 computer animated family comedy adventure film that was made by Illumination Entertainment, as well as this is a spin-off slash prequel to the whole franchise that was created by that animation company since 2010, and that is, of course, Minions. Now, Minions, this is a spin-off slash prequel to the whole Despicable Me franchise, which we follow, of course, these lovable yellow creatures, which are, of course, the Minions themselves. And this film is directed by Pierre Coffin and Balda. And in this film, we see the Minions throughout the years in history. They've been trying to search for an evil master to serve. They're really good at finding them, but for keeping them, it doesn't really last that long for these guys. So throughout the years, they've been trying to search for every single evil master they can think of to serve, but it doesn't really last long for these guys until the three main minions of this whole movie, which are Kevin, Stuart, and Bob. They decided to go on this a big adventure into our world where they're trying to find a really good evil master they could think of so they can serve for them. So we see them travel to our world, to New York, and they interact with our world. They see them get into a whole bunch of crazy shenanigans until they come across this female supervillain named Scarlet Overkill, voiced by Sandra Bullock, who requires the minions to join her and help her, and they form a plan, and she forms a plan for them to basically help her to steal the Queen of England's crown so she can have the crown for herself. So we see that happening while we see the Minions get into a whole bunch of crazy shenanigans and stuff like that. So that's pretty much the story of Minions. Now for Minions, I did not get a chance to see this movie back in the cinemas in 2015, but my brothers and my mom, they actually did see the film in the cinemas without me because I was still in school while they were off school. And since after they saw it, I did not even get a chance to didn't get a chance to see this movie on the big screen. But I did manage to see this film in the same year, 2015, when I did get my own copy of this film for Christmas of that year, and I watched it ever since. I've even just rewatched it today in preparation for the sequel. And for my personal thoughts on the Minions film, I think this movie is a decent watch. Yeah. It's definitely not a terrible film. It's definitely not Illumination's worst film, and I wouldn't say this is their best film or anything, but this one was just a decent watch here. Well, there's still a few things to enjoy out of the Minions film, like the animation. When it comes to the animation from Illumination Entertainment, I've always really liked the animation for the designs and the creative designs and all that, for it being, a cartoony film and all that. I really like that. And the voice cast in the film, like you got Sandra Bullock, Steve Coogan, John Hamm, and Michael Keaton, and Jennifer Saunders, and all that. I thought everyone in this film were pretty fun for the voice work in the film, and even Pierre Coffin, one of the directors of this movie, who of course voiced the Minions since the Despicable Me franchise. He still is really entertaining as these lovable yellow creatures, and there were a few jokes in the film that were kind of pretty funny for the most part. There's a few little kid jokes in this film and a few adult jokes in the film. But the issues there are definitely a lot of issues with this film. Like, there's a few jokes in the film, like some adult jokes and a few little kid jokes in the film. Most of them didn't really land for me whatsoever, really. Well, like I said, there was kind of a little handful that were kind of funny, but most of them just kind of fell flat for me, really, and just didn't make me having like a fun time of it, just making me laugh my ass off in this movie. And the story structure in the film, I just kind of found less structured, really, because it just kind of lost me interest, really, for this film. And like the character development, really, like for some of the human characters, like Scarlet Overkill, I just kind of found her like incredibly weak, really, because all she wants to do, she wants to steal the crown, and she's like this big supervillain who has like cool gadgets and all that. I just kind of found her really weak here. But still, though, her voice work in the film by Sandra Bullock is fun. But again, her character development was really bland and just incredibly weak. And for some of the other characters, I just kind of found their character development a bit weak, really. And for a whole spin-off film involving the Minions, I just didn't think it kind of worked out well, really, for this film, for what ended up happening with the final process here. Because they only do work as secondary characters in the Despicable Me movies, but for a spin-off film, I just didn't think it really worked that well. But I guess they just made the film just for money and all that. And of course, this film did make money and all that, which is good. But for the way it ended up to be, I just didn't think it worked out well, really. But in the end, guys, Minions, again, I didn't hate this film. Well, a few of my friends, since recent years, I've heard a lot of mixed debates about this film. There's quite a few people who either enjoy this film or don't like this film or just in the middle of this. But personally, I think it's decent. And I'm totally not with the critics who hated this, there was a few critics who just didn't like this movie. And I'm just kind of like in the middle with this film. Because there are still some good things in this film, like the animation, the voice work, and there's some entertaining jokes. But mostly the jokes in this, most of the other jokes in the film just didn't really land for me. The story structure was less structured really, and has some weak character developments and all that. And for a whole spin-off film like this one, I just didn't think it worked out well really. And there was not even one message in the film I kind of found inspiring really, because this one was just made, be just, a fun, entertaining little children's film with these lovable characters that we've loved from one property that we've loved from. But if you are excited for the sequel, and if you've never seen this film, you may even enjoy this film. I could see, obviously, young children and, like, babies enjoy this film. While a few adults, some may even enjoy this film, or some may not enjoy this film. You have to make your own decision if you've never seen this one before. Because, like I said, this one is just, I would say, it's just a really mixed film, really, here. Since this one just gets a lot of mixed reactions from people. But I've got nothing else to say about the Minions film, other than for myself, it was just a decent watch here. I'm going to give Minions 3 out of 5. Just like I said, I think this one's just a decent watch here. And again, it's not Illumination's worst film. It's definitely not the best since the Despicable Me franchise. But if you're a fan of these characters and if you're excited for the sequel, again, children, like young children and even like babies, they would definitely enjoy this film. But for adults, there may be some adults who even may enjoy this one or just may not appreciate this film. But for me personally, I think it's decent. Again, I wasn't like, oh, this is the worst thing I've ever watched in my life or anything. But yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for watching my movie review on Minions. And let me know what you think of this film if you've seen this before or if you've just recently watched it for the first time. For in preparation for the sequel, did you really enjoy this film or did you not really appreciate this spin-off? And yeah, just again, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more reviews. I will do my AK After I Saw review on the sequel, Minions, The Rise of Gru, which I'm seeing that tomorrow. I will try and do a review of that tomorrow if I can. And as always, this has been Foggin's Media Corner, signing off.